welcome back to my channel. I'm Naysha Nicole, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and like this video. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys all the red flags and tips that I've learned while being a lash artist and a licensed esthetician on the red flags of a bad client. So all the tips and red flags I'm going to tell you guys, I just want to put out there, if any client comes into your salon and they're showing any of these tips that I'm going to start telling you guys, then don't take it personal, because we all know in the beauty industry that an ideal client is going to be respectful, they're going to be nice, kind, and excited to be serviced by you. So never take any of these bad clients or these tips personal. So red flag number one, if a client comes in with bad energy, like you could feel their energy when they come into your salon and it's way off, then yeah, that's a hint number one. Or if they come in with bad vibes or speaking about something negative and nothing has even started, you haven't even started their service, then you can just tell that this client is gonna be difficult, maybe a high possibility that they're going to be difficult. And you just have to come to a realization that some people are just miserable, or they just might be just going through something really hard in their life at the time. Red flag number two, someone who has came into your salon and they have told you that, hey, I just went through something drastic, I just got a divorce, I broke up with my boyfriend, or my car just got towed, whatever, something really drastic just has happened in their lives, then you can kind of tell that they're already in the bad mood and they might just take that anger out on you. And so a good tip with a client like this, they might ask you something way drastic and way dramatic than they're used to. For example, in a lash word, if they're used to a classic set and they want something mega or volume to make their boyfriend jealous or make their boyfriend kind of notice them, or their ex-boyfriend or whatever, you maybe want to just take it up a couple notches, because you don't want to be in a position where they come back a couple days complaining that they made a mistake. And so yeah. Or if you're a hairstylist and your client has brown hair and they're brunette and they want to go all the way to a platinum blonde, probably not going to do that for them, because in a couple of days, like I said, they might come back and yell at you and crying and just complaining that they made a big mistake. So to avoid any of all that drama and that time consuming, you might just want to consult with them before you even start your service, and just let them know, you know, this is a drastic, dramatic change that you're going from, and are you sure? And make sure you have them sign a waiver. Red flag number three, a client who acts like they know more than you, which you're the licensed esthetician or licensed cosmetologist. You have a client who comes in and they act like they know more than you. They act like they know the length that they're at and what's good for them, or what style is good for them, whatever. They act like they know more than you, the professional. So that just shows that they don't trust you as a professional, because then they would not just be telling you what is good for them. And then also, this does give you a lot of stress of them nagging you throughout your whole process, throughout your whole service of you treating them. They're telling you what to do, what color to apply to them, what lash weight to apply to them, as if you don't already know. But honestly, some may be genuine and they might do just know the process of the service because they've gotten it done so often, but just some may just feel like they know it all. And you never want a client that feels like they know more than you, because then if you do something that's not up to their part or what they think is best for them, then that's just drama waiting to happen, and just an unhappy client and a bad Yelp review waiting to happen. Red flag number four, your clients asking you and questioning your age and your experience. So I've had this problem so many times. I'm coming up on the year of me actually lashing someone, which is August 30th. And within my whole year of lashing and being in the beauty industry, I've had so many clients ask me my age, or how long I've been a lash artist, my experience, and I do look pretty young, younger than my age. And so I just kind of, ignore that comment. I get that comment all the time. But when a client comes in and they question your experience before you're even starting the service, they just kind of look you up and down and say, how old are you? How long have you been doing this? It kind of makes you feel like a little bit uncomfortable, only because you're kind of like, well, I've been to school for a full year. I've invested in trainings, plural, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I remember having a client come into my chair and I'm lashing her, and as I'm lashing her and I'm beginning to take down her bottom lashes, she's asking me, oh, how old are you? Oh, you look really young. Oh, how long did you go to school for? Did you have to go to school for this? Just questioning me after question after question. And I always keep my composure. I'm very chill, like whatever. But it did make me kind of like, well, what the fuck? Like, I've been to plenty of trainings. I spent a whole year in esthetician school. I know what I'm doing. And little behold, she ended up loving her service and giving me a nice tip. But at the end of the day, if a client does do that to you, it is a definitely red flag, because then they're already not trusting you. They're already saying without saying that they don't trust you. Not saying that I'm the best out there, but I do know what I'm doing enough to start lashing actual clients. Red flag number 5, a client who automatically asks you for discounts, or like, hey girl, what can you do? Like, you can't just, knock off $40, $50 off of the full service. And then they're constantly mentioning the prices of everything, of all the services you provide and all the products you provide, the price of that. And when you put your foot down and say, no girl, this is the price, you're gonna either pay this or not pay it, and that's that, then they try to guilt trip you and make you feel bad, like, oh, I just broke up with my boyfriend, or I'm just having a bad day, or I had to walk all the way over here. Well, honestly, not to sound like a mean person, but lashes or anything in the beauty industry is a luxury, and if you cannot pay for the full price that someone is offering to you, then just don't pay for it. You can't get it, you can't afford to get it. Which does bring me to this: if they do agree on the price that you originally had and you didn't give in and gave them a discount, then make sure they fully understand the full price of your service, so at the end they don't try to get one over on you and say, no, I thought we agreed on $20 off. You'll say, okay, this is $150, okay, is that okay? And you make sure they say okay and all that. Come to an agreement, make sure your waiver is signed so you're protected, and at the end of your service you won't have any problems. Some clients will get you and get over on you if you let them. Red flag number 6, a client coming in with unrealistic photos of what they want during your service. So for example, I'm a lash artist, and if a client comes in, they have really short lashes and they have very fragile, thin, and have gaps in one eye, and they come in with a picture and they're like, hey Naysha, I kind of want 16, 17 all the way around. I have to then tell them that, okay, well maybe we should start off a way more smaller than what this picture is, and basically explain to them that that's an unrealistic picture that they want. Or for example, if you're a hairstylist and like I said before, they come in and with brown hair and they want to go to a blonde, platinum blonde, that's really unrealistic, and you cannot do that within a day. Now, you may have some clients that are going to get upset when you tell them that, hey, I have to think about the health of your lashes or the health of your hair, and they might just get upset and not want to pay. And as a professional, that's something that you do have to sacrifice and be okay with, because at the end of the day, if you damage a client's hair as a professional, then that makes you look bad as a professional, as a lash artist, a hairstylist, a nail tech, whatever. The bad work goes on you, because when they're walking out and they're walking around, people are gonna ask them who did their service, and it's going to be pointed back to you. So you do have to work with what you have and make it look good, and make sure that they're happy with that. Red flag number 7, a client who gets upset about booking a deposit. Now, that's the biggest red flag that I've ever heard of, or that I agree with, because when you get upset about making a deposit on a service that you called me for, or that you messaged me or text me about, and when I tell you, okay, it's a small deposit fee, and you get upset about it, that just tells me that you were probably not going to go to your appointment, and you were probably going to cancel last minute. So then that space that I had blocked off for you would have been just space that I would have lost money on. So that's the biggest red flag to me, or one of the biggest red flags to me that I've listed, was the deposit being a big deal. And so if you have a client that doesn't want to book with you with the deposit, which a deposit is basically a small fee that secures their appointment and goes towards their service. If you have a client who gets upset about a deposit fee, then you just basically dodge the bullet and just be happy about that. So okay, you guys, those are all my red flags on how to spot a bad client. And if this video helps you out, please do comment down below. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button, and also turn on your post notifications so that you know every time I post a new video.